Hello and welcome to a special edition of Uncut. I'm Zero as normal, and I'm
And,
joined by my co-host today. Go on,
and
you
I'm
go.
Bobby, as normal. And like Zero said, we have a special guest today, so let's take it away.
Hey everybody, this is Hollywood from the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, and I'm here with Zero and another friend that you didn't introduce me to, but
Bobby,
I'm so
Bobby.
glad that you guys are here. And if you're not watching,
So,
trust me, I know where you park your car.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so let's. Fair enough.
did
So we
not
might
see
as well
that
get
coming. All right,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah, so yeah, yeah, that was a pretty good start. Yeah, so we might as well get into it then. So obviously, you've just recently released a book, haven't you? Well, it was last year, wasn't it? 2024,
Yeah,
2024.
December. They published it on Christmas. So to me, that was a great gift right there.
Hey,
Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah,
This
that's
is
pretty
it
cool.
right there.
Yeah,
I am thrilled. You have no idea, guys. Thrilled.
yeah. It's all
that's
about your time. It's all about your time, isn't it? In the Glamorous Ladies of Wrestling and stuff. And
Yeah,
yeah,
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. And I thought, you know what? I would be the perfect person to write a book because I did their pilot and then I did all 4 seasons of the show. And I'm like, okay, I saw every
those were my
person go
questions.
in and out. And I'm like, this will be good. I will tell you one thing. I don't tell all, but it tells a lot. So, I
Okay,
mean, I made it classy, not trashy. I mean, but there's going to be some, you like that, huh?
yeah, I
Classy,
like
not
that.
trashy. I mean, but you know what? There are a lot of ups and downs, and I tell those things, and it's definitely blood, sweat, and tears right here, for sure.
Fair enough.
yes,
Okay,
yes. So
so
yeah, so you carry on, Bobby. You got.
I'll take this one. So yeah, you said you wrote the pilot and worked on all 4 seasons of the show.
I worked. Yes, I was hired for the pilot, and they
Okay,
needed 12 girls. All they wanted was 12 girls. So when we had the audition, we're auditioning with hundreds of girls, and they needed 12. So I'm just blessed and honored, really, to have been one of those 12. And in the book,
awesome.
I explained, well, I didn't know for years later, how did I secure my position in Glow? And years later, David McLean said, when Mondo Guerrero, our trainer, had said, which one of you ladies can ram your head in the turnbuckle and land on your back? I was the first one to raise my hand. He said, and that's what we were looking for. We were looking for, talent that wasn't going to be afraid. And David said, in my mind, he goes, you were the first Glow girl hired. And so, I didn't have any experience because I know you're going to ask me that next. Did you have experience?
Yep.
No, none of us had wrestling experience back then.
I mean, yeah, because women's wrestling was kind of, I mean, it's taken off the limits unknown today. But
Yeah,
back
now.
then, yeah, back then it was like, it was rare.
Yes, it
It's
was
kind of crazy.
very rare.
Mm,
And
yeah.
you know what's so funny? Because if you don't know that history, and you're going into this for the first time, you don't know that. You're thinking, are we the first? No one's telling you what the history is of wrestling. I learned that later when I started reading books on, the our legends. And if it wasn't for those women way before us, I wouldn't be writing this book. You and I wouldn't have met, you know what I mean? So we always have to thank our those who came before us to lay
Or
that ground down.
paved the way and
Paved
they
the
walked,
way.
they walked so you could run. And yeah,
Perfect. I like that.
yep.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
Thank you.
very good. I have my favorites. I like Penny Banner, and that's just the 50s. You know, just reading her book alone, being on the road and getting paid this little bit of money, and everybody carpooling, and God, it sounded like a lot of work for no money, but if that's what you liked, then you loved it. I'm still
Yeah,
in this business, so that tells you one thing. If I didn't like it, I would have been out a long time ago. So
yeah.
to still be in it, signing and still wrestling, I don't do it in front of, not yet anyway, you never know, in front of a large crowd, but I work for a lot of different companies, including my company. So I love what I do, and like I said, I'm very blessed and very lucky that my body can still do it. You know what I mean? Some people forget it. Back injuries, knees, hips. I did break my leg. I have 7 screws and 2 plates in this leg right here.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, there's the
Ooh.
scar.
Ooh.
And
Oh.
yeah, right. I don't mind scars, you know.
Well,
I paid, let me
that's a
tell
bad
you,
one.
I paid my dues. I really did. And when that did happen, I thought, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm not going to do this anymore. And then what did I do? Bam, right back into the
Right back.
ring again. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Go for it, Zero.
amazing what we do.
Yeah, because I was going to say, yeah, because didn't you go back to wrestling in 2024? Was it so roughly around there? Yeah, so around sort of that time was it 24 if I remember rightly, 23, 24. I think so.
Of what? What were you talking
Go
about?
back, go back into wrestling really a little bit, or have
Get
you
back
been
into
doing
it.
it really? Have you been?
I injured this leg in I can't remember. I can't understand what you said. I
Oh,
apologize.
sorry.
I
Yeah.
thought I broke this leg in
Yeah.
1998. And then
Yeah.
I auditioned in 1999, 1 month later for WWE, and Jim Ross was
Oh.
down there and all the people. And they
Yeah.
kept asking me all these questions. Who's your trainer? Da 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 da. And then I looked at them and I thought, oh my God, they like me. And I went, I'm right in the middle of a broken leg. And it was like the
That's what I was
record
gonna
just
say.
went, it
Yeah.
scratched.
The air came out of the balloon.
Correct.
That's oh
Yeah.
Yes.
wow.
And
Terrible.
you know
Yeah,
what
so-
though, guys? I
Yeah.
had been on the road for 4 years with Glow. I just wanted to be a regular 20-something-year-old. You know what I mean? I'm still young and I'm like,
Of
I
course.
have curfew. I can't do this. I couldn't really have a relationship because I'm on the road all the time. So I was like, I just want to party, have a good time. I don't want someone telling me what to do.
Like
So-
most 20-year-olds.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Most 20-year-olds, we don't want curfew. We want to date who we want to. We want to be on the road. And if we want to bring someone into our room, shouldn't that be okay? No. I tell it in here. You're not allowed.
pretty
I'm like,
good.
what? What is this new rule?
Was that a rule? Was it? I didn't know that was a rule.
Really? Are you serious? This is something natural that happens in life. What?
Yeah, look how many wrestlers that date or end up even marrying each other. It's
I
like
see now that's
that's
me. Interesting that you say that because I said to myself, I am not going to date anyone in that business. So I went for the business that I went for was rock and roll, which is even worse. I don't know which one. But that's just my thing. Everyone would ask me, Hollywood, do you date a wrestler? I go, hell no, I don't want to. No, I don't want anyone in my business. Something totally different.
way out there. Don't
It works
come into my
though,
business.
right? You guys, entertainment is entertainment. I'm sports and he's music. It works perfectly.
That's a good combo.
Right?
Good combo.
Yeah.
Who's your football team?
Oh, that's a good question. So now that I live here in Tennessee, it is not the Titans because they suck, first of all.
Yes, of course.
Not Titans, but I like Mahomes, so I'm a Kansas City Chief fan.
Oh,
sorry. You guys are just jealous. Don't be jealous. See, I knew it. You're jealous. You're jealous of Mahomes.
I'm a Packers fan, so.
Oh yeah, Green Bay's good. Oh, I love the Green. Is it who's their quarterback?
Jordan Love.
Who?
Jordan Love.
Oh, I see. I thought it was someone else. Okay, see,
Rodgers used to be the quarterback.
Aaron
he used
Rodgers.
to be the quarterback. Yeah.
I like him. Okay. Well, where is he going now?
Nobody knows. He was on the Jets for like 2 years, and now he's a free agent, and nobody has a clue where he's going.
Okay, well that sucks.
Yeah,
I like him. I really do, and that's why I said Green Packers because I'm not. As you can see, I'm not a huge football fan, but I do have the sport. Yeah. Now, if you ask me baseball, I will always be a Dodger fan from day one.
That's fair. I mean, where you came from, that makes a lot of sense. I don't watch baseball as much as I used to, but if I had to pick on the Yankees, the New York.
I like the Yankees too, though. Yeah. I have a great love for the Yankees. That's in here too. I was at the World Series in 1981. My grandfather took me.
Wow.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Man. That
experience.
For a teenager, that was pretty cool to go with your grandfather. He loved the Yankees and he knew I loved the Dodgers. And we won. We took that.
Yeah. Yep. The World Series for anybody is exciting, no matter what age you are.
Just to be a chance to go. By the way, our seats, when I asked my grandfather, I'm like, Grandpa, where's the seats? He goes, they're in front of home plate. And I'm thinking, yes, we're in front of home plate. Uh-oh. Yeah, we were in front of home plate, you guys.
But
But way the F up there.
you're about 300 feet up
I'm
in the air,
sitting
but
there
you
looking
are
down
behind home
going,
plate.
oh my God, they look this big.
Yeah, you're behind home plate, but like way up
Yeah, we
there.
were nosebleed for sure. Yeah.
Now, I do have to ask this question. You might not be able to answer this, or you might not even know for that matter. But you were at WrestleCon in Vegas.
Yes.
SummerSlam is doing a WrestleCon show. I don't know if you were aware of that.
What dates?
That
Is
hasn't
that
been
good?
confirmed yet. But SummerSlam weekend is August 1st and the 2nd, or 2nd and the 3rd, one of the two.
So that's interesting because if it is August 1st and 2nd, I'm not supposed to tell, but I'm going to be on the East Coast at another wrestling event called The Gathering. Do you know that one?
Okay.
The Gathering?
No, I don't.
Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm already been asked if it's those dates. I
Looking it up
guess
now.
what a bummer.
Second and third is SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's the weekend, right? Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. They'd probably do Friday, Saturday, I would imagine. So first and second. Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer.
The Vegas one was badass, you guys.
Yeah.
That's because I'm going to SummerSlam and I'm going for the weekend. So I was like, I could run into you, get in a picture.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, bummer. Oh,
you know what? But there's always more.
True.
Well, where do you live? Do you live U.S. or farther than that? You're not across the pond?
No. I'm New Jersey.
Oh, wait. Well, who's the one with the accent? Zero?
I'm the one across the pond. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys are this small on my phone. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
you can't really tell us apart. Yeah.
Okay. We do have Jersey in the house. All right, I got
it.
It's all coming to me now. Yes. Hey, one of my good friends is in Jersey from Skid Row. Do you know the band Skid Row? I know you're young.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Rachel, the bass player, he moved back. So wow. I'm glad he's back there. Yeah. He moved back to his folks' home after they passed and and then moved to another Tums River somewhere. I don't know.
That's not far from me. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's crazy. Small world.
It is a small world. Yeah. Good people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good people in Jersey.
We're crazy, but we're good.
I know. That's what's so good about it. Yeah. You guys make us laugh. You make us laugh so hard. They're just great stories.
No filter.
Yeah, no filter.
Oh, definitely. So I was going to ask now. Can you hear me now? That's better.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes. So obviously, during your times in wrestling, is there sort of been any dream match that you want to do, or any dream match you sort of want to have, really, against anyone?
Dead, alive.
Gosh, yeah. I know. I always say, and I know that was before they would probably do that kind of wrestling, but Andre the Giant, can you imagine? That would be like.
Ooh.
And did you know that our birthdays are the same dates? He's May 19th as he was, bless his heart. Okay. May 19th. But you know what, Francine, because she's such a sweetheart, ECW Francine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a nice dream match.
Yeah. I can see it.
She's sweet. And then the new ones, Sasha, I know that's not her name anymore.
Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné.
Yeah. You know what? She reminds me of a little Hollywood. So, watching her.
I see that. Yeah.
When she was younger, getting into the business, I thought she reminded me of my character. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that could be quite interesting.
Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter.
Charlotte Flair, I can definitely see
Charlotte Flair.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah. You know who looks awesome? Is it? I can't remember. Is it Belinda Belair?
Oh, Bianca Belair.
Bianca. Sorry. Yeah, Bianca.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
At first, I was like, Belinda.
There's all these B's. B.
And I'm putting it together. I'm like, Bianca.
Yeah.
No, she's the stuff she pulls out in the ring is mind blowing. Like, I'm just watching it from my couch, and I'm like, I can't do that. Like,
I know, right?
I couldn't do that 10 years ago, let alone.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
the women are amazing. They're so good.
Rhea Ripley, another one. Alexa Bliss.
Yes. There you go.
Rhea Ripley's,
you like guys watch more than I do? And I will be the first to tell you, I watch a little bit. It just makes me go, it makes you kind of want to get, I don't know, but if you're in that business and you're not anymore, or you're part-time in it, you look at this and you think, what would I do? And you're like, yes, because and then you're thinking, well, why wasn't I in that? Why didn't I continue?
It's like an actor watching a movie. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
But I'm always just like, excited. Yeah.
Well, you watched WrestleMania, I assume. What'd you think of that?
I didn't see it because I was on a flight.
Oh, you were leaving.
No, I didn't. I left. I know. I was invited to SmackDown, which was the night before.
Yes.
And my friend said, I've got tickets, but it's standing room. And I'm like, I have been standing all day signing autographs. No, I'm not going to stand. I said, no. And then my promoter, him and his son were at WrestleMania. They were on the floor. And he said, oh my gosh, he goes, they were the worst seats ever. He goes, because we couldn't see anything. So if you're on the floor and you're not super tall, so no, I apologize.
Crank your neck. No, I was just curious to see what you thought, because I knew you were in town, but you had a
I was on a flight. I was on a flight. You know what? I was on a flight doing this.
Again, priorities.
Correct. Hey, sleep is my best friend, I have to tell you, because if you're going to be this old, okay, and still trying to wrestle, then sleep and water and exercise kind of is your best friend. But you won't learn that till you get my age. You know what I mean?
What are you, 28, 29?
You liars. You do the math. You're lying.
I tried.
When I see you, I'm going to get you.
One day. Well, one day.
What? You're going to come up to me and go, remember me? And I'm going to go, no. And that's going to make you feel really shitty. And I'll go, no, I'm kidding. Yes, I remember.
I wouldn't blame you one bit.
No.
I'd be like, yep, that makes sense.
You know what? I'm very good with faces, but sometimes names.
Oh, don't even. Yeah. I'll always remember your face, but like the names, I'm like, don't ask me that.
I was actually very good at WrestleCon. There was a fan that came over, and his name was Gator, and he introduced me to his 3 kids. And I remember he said, this is Claire, this is David, and this is Owen. Once. Okay. And I looked at them. They came back 2.5 hours later after I've already seen people.
Yeah.
And I said, I go, where did you get the belt? And he goes, and I go, Claire was holding it. He goes, you remembered her name? I said, Claire, David, and Owen. And he was, I was amazed.
Real, so I love it.
I said to the kids, I go, kids, this is how it is when you take your vitamins. You remember. I don't know. I just happen to remember their names.
You make a memorable experience for them, though. That's all.
Oh, they're so cute. I love our fans.
Because I remember that. That's
Yeah.
You know what? I love our fans, and if we didn't have fans and podcasters, all of you that let us come on and talk a little bit. If we didn't have that, we just, you know what I mean? It's you guys make it for us. So thank you.
That's well, thank
you. You make my day. You really do. You make me feel important.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's no problem. So we've got a comment actually from one of our listeners, one of our watchers actually. It's Leo from the Wrestling Retrospective.
All right, that's not the one I was thinking. So good.
No, he said, do you obviously you don't watch too much product or anything like that at the moment, but do you end up watching NXT? And if so, is there anyone who you think highly of there? The women from there or anything? No. There you go, Leo. That's your answer there. No.
So, what's that emoji with the hands that go like this?
The shrug.
Yeah, that. No, I don't. Sorry, Leo. No.
No, that's fine.
He'll get over it. Now, I do have a question for you, and then I'll let Zero take back over about working on the set of Glow.
Mm-hmm.
So she's actually one of my favorite actresses. I think she's hilarious. How's working with Allison Bray?
So I didn't work on that show, you guys. That's Glow
I thought
Netflix.
You said you did. Oh, I thought when I heard the seasons, I heard that's what put it
I said
together.
the pilot and all 4 seasons of Glow, not Netflix. I like that though. You're giving me. It's okay. It
I pieced
doesn't
it
matter.
together.
We both are on the wrong. It doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
no, I'll reiterate.
Never mind.
I'm the OG. OG.
Yeah. Of course. I thought they would use you for the show.
Me too.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, we all did. So no, yeah, so did we, but that's in here too. That didn't happen. I think the show would have been a little. I liked the show. I wasn't a fan of the 3rd season so much, but I did like season 1, and especially 2. I thought Mark Maron on the 2nd season. At first, I didn't like him, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, he's badass. I thought he was really good, and he did a good job. And all the ladies, I didn't meet, any of them. Okay. It would have been nice to be on the show. I think it would have made the show a little bit more, gave it a little more, I don't know,
realism, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, realism, and
like to have them, because like I can't imagine these girls are all wrestling fans or into wrestling. No, maybe some of them are, but like to have the actual wrestlers who went through it, you could show them stuff, you know.
I agree with things. You. Everybody says that. Everyone says it.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't ask you to go in there and like take a bump and do all the crazy stuff, but like
I can still do that. Why not?
Of course, but I mean, you gotta. There's a price for that.
There is a price for that, but you know what? I know what prices to do and not to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but it's so weird to me. You think they would? All right, that blew my mind.
But I don't know, honey. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. Hey, unless we get one of them on and ask.
Yeah, but they might not. They may not even know. Yeah. Maybe Gingy Cohen, the executive producer, would know that question. Who I never met either. But you know what? I'm so happy that they, put that on television, because that put us back on the map again. And when I'm doing conventions, people that really are into wrestling. Like you look up the history, they're like, yeah, we know you're not Netflix. I got it. You guys are the OG, and they're like, they're so excited, and it's so I love it. I think anything that promotes our legacy, is great.
It also has to be cool to have a show after you, like after your story, like
truly,
like that's
you're like, oh my God, someone remembered.
Yeah, like that's got to be like just so cool to have a show or a movie or whatever about you and your story and what you went through. Like that's
why I decided to write, because I'm like, I got to talk about stuff, I mean, I'm one of those people that when I remember something that's good, even if it's really bad in my life, I remember every detail of it. And I started writing down things back then, and I'm glad I did, because that way I'd have detail, like what airlines, what flight number, what city, was it raining? Was it snowing? What stores did we, you know what I mean? All that stuff. I wrote that down, and I did go back to that, and I'm reading it going, really? It was, wow. Because you can't, I'm sorry, you don't, I remember a lot, but sometimes you don't, just like I said, details.
And you kept that all these years. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. My notebooks are 36 years old. And the pictures, I also have photos in this book as well. There's a black and white and there's a color one. They made us write down all our matches, you guys. I don't know if you could see like that. It's little.
I can piece it together. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. I know you're having art, but this is the black. I have the black and white.
I don't want to scare the viewers anymore by getting any closer.
You're so funny. But even these photos in here too of Matilda the Hun.
Oh, that's awesome.
And myself, I can't, and Vine. Those are old. These photos are 30. They're almost 40 years old, guys. See, now that tells you I can't be 20 something.
It could be, we don't have to, we can just
I'd have
say
children that age, dear.
It's worth a shot.
How old are you? You could probably be my son.
29.
I said, there you go.
29.
Yeah, you could. No, not probably. Well, let me think. Maybe 30. Yeah, yes. I could. I could be your mom. Yes.
That's awesome. I love it.
I was going to say then, so because obviously we're coming to the end of the interview now. So I know we've got somebody listening who's a up and coming wrestler. They've already told me they're listening. So is there sort of any advice out there that you could sort of give to them? Like what advice really would you give to any upcoming wrestlers and that sort of like looking to break into the business today and that really?
Yeah, that's a good question. I always say don't just give 100%, give 110%. And if he says you guys got to be here at 9 a.m., get there at 8:30. Be ready to go. And when they say, can you, raise your hand immediately, regardless if you can do it or not. You know, they're always looking for someone who has maybe the package, maybe not the package. Don't be afraid to raise your hand. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you need to, but get there early. And drink lots of water. That's so important. Lots of water. Yeah, but give 100. Yeah, like if I watched him or her, you know, up and coming and watched them and I was a judge, that's the first thing I'm looking at is like, even if you're having a hard time, but you're giving 110%, that means the world because you're trying and you're going to, that tells me you want to be somebody, you want to make it. Those who are doing this shit all the time, and stay off these. Don't bring it in. Stay off the phones.
You seem to be a more realistic judge because I don't know if you've seen their new show, the LFG.
I've heard of it.
They're training, and I think the judges are Undertaker, Michelle McCool. The Undertaker, the one time, and I love the Undertaker, don't get me wrong, but he was critiquing, I think it's Elijah Holyfield, Evander Holyfield's kid, for wearing a chain and earrings. And he's like, if I was working with you, I'd rip them off. But I was like, but you've wrestled guys with that.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't think that unless they told him to say that. But I have my
for
jewelry
theatrics. On. Yeah, for theatrics of it all.
Maybe.
But like you're more realistic judge. Like you could bypass that and just be like, all right, if they
they need one like me. See.
Yeah. If they're dedicated, I see it. Like that's good at least. Right. You know.
Yeah, because I know how I got in. And if I had rings on and we did have that stuff on. Me and Vine, we had handcuffs, we had belts, we had chokers around our neck. I'm sorry, Undertaker, you suck. Let them be their character. Let them be themselves.
Because like they could have told him to say it, like you said, for the dramatic. It is a TV show at the end of the day, but like. I don't know. He's fought like Batista and all that. They've had jewelry. I don't know. It was just
maybe
weird.
He couldn't think of anything else, and that's what they told him to say. So we'll give him that.
Well, because he did compliment him at first. He's like, "Listen, you got it." He's like, "You were good in the ring. You did your thing." But he's like, "But it's the earrings and the jewelry." And I'm like,
"Oh, I like it."
Yeah, maybe that's why. He couldn't find anything else. Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe I don't know. It's just weird to me.
I had too many rules too growing. Would they, as far as our outfits too, I have to tell you, I know we're getting close. Outfits, you will see that Vine and I had all kinds of outfits. Everybody else was the same. I would go down to Hollywood when I would be on days that I wasn't supposed to leave, but I left. I'd take a flight and go all the way back to LA. And I'd go to Hollywood Boulevard and I'd go to these stripper shops, different type of stuff. And I go, this leopard print will look good on so-and-so. The zebra print will look good on me. And I would bring them in. I didn't even ask. I didn't want someone to tell me no at all. So me and Vine would just slip into them and come out. So we had different colors. So that's why. Yep. See, and that's a whole nother thing. Don't ask, just do.
Yep. Just stand out and just do it. Yep.
Just do it. All they can say is no later. It's already on TV. So, you know what I mean? Just come out. Sorry, I can't change. I'm going to wear this.
Yeah, makes sense. Sure. Well, once again, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming this week.
Thanks, darling.
It's appreciated. We will maybe get another interview in the future.
We'll do part 2. How's that?
Part 2, yeah. We'll do a part 2.
Let's do it. Maybe after WrestleCon.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, if WrestleCon somehow does the 2nd and the 3rd, hopefully you can make it the 3rd.
Yeah, the 3rd one. Yeah, I did the Los Angeles one. The year, I think 2023. Yeah,
I was at that one.
I was at that one too.
Not good memories for me.
You know what? That was hard. That
completely unrelated.
Remember, completely unrelated. There was a lot going on. Lots of rooms.
Yeah.
Zero, thank you. You guys, thank you so much.
No problem.
Of course.
Absolutely no problem. Yeah. So don't forget that anyone listening out there, so don't forget to go and buy the book. As you can see, it's behind Hollywood. There we go. Yeah. So hooray for Hollywood there. Yeah. Thank you once again.
Link is on Amazon. Yep.
Yeah, the link is on there. Yeah, and we will also put the link in the description and everywhere else as well.
Thank you, everybody.
So that's not a problem. Well, yeah, thank you for tuning in this week. Bobby, thank you for doing this extra one this week because this is an extra show for us.
I'm around.
Yeah. So, is there anything you want to promote or say before we cut the stream off or anything, really? Not really.
For me?
Yeah.
You know what? You can buy my book on Amazon or Etsy, and then here at X, Official Glow Hollywood, or Zero, you can find me. Just Google it. You can find it.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you, fans. We love you.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, so as Bobby put up then, so hit that like button and subscribe to all of us. Everyone by now knows our ads. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.